I want to say greetings to everyone. Thank you guys for listening and watching this particular episode. It's going to be brief, but I'm going to try to make it as potent as possible. And I want to speak about Pluto. However, before I speak about Pluto, I want to just reference you guys to like the fact that when you start working with the numbers and designing the numbers, and when we go through our 1 through 26 numbers, we're going to go back over some of the numbers in reference to planets. Planets are very important when it comes to designing your sacred pyramid, is what it is, because of the fact that you need to design it. In order to design something, you need certain components, certain tools. And the planets represent tools or components or sort of like software programs for those programmers out there that you would use to design your life. And I'm not going to go over all of them because I don't have time, a lot of airtime, but I will talk a little bit about Pluto. I want to talk a little bit about Pluto because this is where we're at. And Pluto is important when it comes to designing your sacred pyramid, because Pluto is the link that we need to take our dreams and actually transform them into material things. This is what Pluto this is one of the references of Pluto. Pluto represents transformation or destruction. Destruction is nothing but transformation. And I bring this up because Pluto operates as a very, almost like a punishing type of planet, like a punisher. And in order to manifest here on this plane, to manifest strict goals and extreme goals, you have to almost put yourself into a form of a punishment. You have to almost put yourself into a form of a prison. And you have to learn how to give up your power. See, we were all born with power, but we abuse it. We abuse that power by wasting it, by using it on the wrong people, by putting it into the wrong information. You have to learn how to take your power and use it to put a spell on yourself. I bring this up because Pluto, you guys may not know a lot about it, but before it was, what you know it as today, it used to be a prison. But it wasn't like the prison that you know of today, more like an incarceration. This was a prison to gain power. This was a prison that they put powerful gods or demigods that had power, that didn't know that they had power, that lost control of their power, or even getting into like the form of police. Not to pick on police, but I'm just using that for an example because it goes with Pluto actually. And Pluto would represent a jail for police, for people of power, for judges even, for politicians, people that have so much power that even if you were to lock them up, they wouldn't really be locked up. There's people like that out there. And Pluto, this is where Pluto comes in at, because Pluto is what the gods would use to punish the demigods. This is what the Most High, or this is not what, but this place, it's actually an energy too, so we can say what, but in reference to it being a place, this is the place where the Most High would put very powerful, evil people that needed to have some form of reformation and reshaping of their power. And once they gained control of their power, they were again these beings that went to Pluto were then granted access to this supercomputer and were used as officers to distribute a form of a spiritual currency. So it's almost like if I gave you access to a bank and this bank has millions of dollars in it, but your job is to distribute currency from this bank. What type of discipline would you have to have in order to restrain yourself or to restrict yourself from some of the tricks that this powerful currency may try to play on you? So then you would have to go into a form of turning yourself into a post or a prompt. And this is the second aspect of Pluto. See, after you put yourself on a strict punishment when it comes to manifesting your goals, and you're now disciplined, now you are considered a prompt. Meaning that before you can see the millions and everybody want to count the money and things of that nature, you have to be firm and confident that based on the discipline and the work that you've already done on yourself, that you've already manifested the $1 million. And I know this may sound very, I want to use the term far out or very fanatical or even like a fantasy, because most people think about manifesting money, they think about it as a dream, but then when it comes time to actually putting in the work, we can't put in the work, or we don't have what it takes to put in the work. And it's not because you're not disciplined enough or you don't have what it takes to manifest your goals. You don't have a plan. You know what you want. You may even have what it takes inside of you to get it, but you don't know what it takes to actually bring it out. And this is where Pluto comes in at, because anybody can come up with a goal or set a goal for themselves and dream about something and even go to a process of trying to manifest it. But do you have what it takes? Are you a prompt? Meaning that every day you wake up as a prompt and you go through the same process that you first told yourself you was gonna go through to manifest your goal. So it's just like saying, I'm gonna get on the computer, right? And I'm gonna get on the computer and I'm gonna go check my email. You can have all the energy in the world and all the best wishes in the world, but at the end of the day, you still gotta figure out how to open up the computer. You have to know how to do these things. And get on the computer and go check your email. You have to actually go do it. Meaning that, and if you start to check your email daily and start to send and receive emails, now you are a prompt. If you work a job, you are a prompt. And believe it or not, as a prompt, you're worth more than a worker. See, there's a difference between a worker and a prompt. See, a prompt does something over and over again that's needed at a certain time, almost like in a repetition, versus a worker is just going to do what they need to do to get through the day. They're thinking about the clock. See, a prompt blocks out time. Time doesn't exist to a prompt. The only goal for a prompt is to make sure that the task is completed. Doesn't matter how much money they make or how less money they make. See, these are things you need to get in your mind. So what I'm saying here is that you want to make $1 million selling socks. Okay, you have to sell socks. You are now a prompt. So you have to tell yourself you've already sold 1 million socks for $1. So you've already made $1 million, but you got to go out now. You know you can do it is what I'm saying in your head. You can tell yourself you can dream about it, how the customer's gonna come to you and how you're gonna package the product and all of these things. But now you are a prompt, meaning that you have to go out now and do it every day and sell at least one sock. You see, that's where it comes in. See, this is why we don't manifest our goals, because we'll do it one time or for a year, but then we stop. Or we'll do it for a year and get comfortable and keep doing it in the same place for a year. You are a prompt, not the place that you're doing it at, not your house, not your children, not your business partner. You are a prompt. You are in a prison that you set up for yourself when you were born here. You are a planet, meaning that you have to plan to get the extra things, because a planet is nothing but a plan ET, or a plane for ETs. And I know you're like, I'm not an alien, don't put that on me, don't call me that. You are not from indigenous to this planet. There had to be fixes or tweaks to get you here. So you're not indigenous to this planet. They had to tweak this planet to get you here. Meaning that you couldn't evolve here regularly without a tweak. You can't just recurve. See, a prompt is always, it's repetitive. So you have to make yourself a part of the earth and become a prompt by mastering the number 16, mastering sex. Not sex with two people. Remember, you are a prompt. Not masturbation, I'm not talking about that. Mastering sex, the exchange, energy. This is real sex. And learning how to simultaneously cycle this energy back and forth to where this energy always comes back to you as a prompt and as a cycle. And then once you get the cycle mastered, not only will you get your goals, but you'll start to make $1 million every month. So at first it may have been, I want to be a millionaire, I want to make $1 million. Now you're like, God damn, I'm gonna make $1 million every month. It's possible, you can achieve it. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this video down. Just a little bit of enlightening information, something different out there on the airwaves. You know, we hear the same information about the same negative stuff, and it's sometimes good to just put yourself in a positive light. So as always, keep studying, stay vigilant. Namaste.